All right, welcome back. Now, as I've been saying for years, I believe all dogs should be euthanized. No matter how small, they should all be euthanized. And this should take place in every country all over the world until we have effectively driven them into permanent extinction. Permanent extinction. Dogs are not true animals, and they are the only so-called animals on this planet right now that fully deserves to be driven into extinction by all world governments. It should be the debt that dogs should have to pay as a collective for causing so many deaths and mutilations to people all around the world. And we all know that death toll is high when you're talking about globally. India alone, you're talking tens of thousands of deaths every year from rabies. Dogs have sent so many people to their graves. They don't deserve another bite of food in their worthless lives. And it really annoys me knowing that several of you pathetic humans are out here feeding these good-for-nothing mutants. That really does burn me up. These things get to enjoy free food, water, and shelter when all they do is burn resources and attack the same people that pamper their worthless existence. Now, here recently, there was a female cleaner who was attacked. She showed up at a home to clean when she was suddenly set upon by the rescue dog. Now, as always, they refer to these mutants as animals. These are not animals. As always, this attack was unprovoked. The lady was 52 years old. And as you can see, this dog had recently been adopted. Right there in the headline. Recently adopted. Now, we hear this a lot, don't we? Dog was only adopted for a day, few hours, a week. Shortly after they're adopted, they launch an attack. So why adopt them? Check this out. So you can hear that stupid, hideous, mutant pig squeal. I really hate these things for all that screaming and squealing that they do. That really makes me hate these mutants. They go around being aggressive, intimidating, threatening, and attacking people totally unprovoked, being totally insanely aggressive. And as soon as they get a taste of their own medicine, they start squealing. All the more reason we should wipe them clean off the face of the earth. Deceptive mutants. You're not allowed to scream. Who you screaming for? stupid mutants. Do y'all know there are several other animals, period. When they sustain injury, they don't do all that squealing and crying. Such a pathetic organism. And what really makes me upset is how people keep referring to these things as animals. They are not. Do not disgrace animals by referring to these garbage mutants as animals. So this woman was bitten on her chest and her limbs. Unprovoked as always. But you see, here's my thing. Here's the problem. The problem that I have with this whole dog thing. At these shelters, they give these dogs temperament tests. So this is another temperament test failure, right? Temperament tests should be looked at as nothing but a failure in general. But we shouldn't have had to go through that. Had the shelter euthanized the thing as soon as they acquired it, as soon as it was brought in there, this would have never happened. Not only would the dog had not attacked this cleaning lady, we would not have wasted resources on this particular dog. See, after it arrived at the shelter workers had to waste resources on it by feeding it, giving it water and shelter. And resources had to be wasted on these things that should be left to starve. Resources are wasted on them from the time they show up at those shelters to the time they die. So you won't waste those resources if you immediately euthanize them. Just think of how much food it costs every day for one dog. It's all wasted. As soon as somebody brings it to your shelter, euthanize. Don't waste any days, any money, any resources at all on these garbage mutations. They should be euthanized on the spot. Euthanasia is something I don't mind spending my tax dollars on. But that's the only thing I'm willing to have my tax dollars spent on. When it comes to dogs, look at how much we would save if we just got rid of all of them. No more shelters, period. Using our tax dollars to build these facilities, which are basically like prisons or dog stores, more like dog stores. Using our tax money to open up dog stores all across. Get out of here. Put them down. That's money better spent. Don't even give them the opportunity to launch an attack on anybody. That's what should be done. And it makes me sick how these people talk about dog attacks as if they are an unavoidable part of our lives. I was just reading an article recently. I think it's this one. And it's about that recent attack at that apartment complex that I showed last night. The pregnant lady who was attacked in the parking lot, and she was screaming. She's very hysterical. Well, this media outlet did a story on her. Pregnant woman attacked by pit bull in Dallas. A call for responsible pet ownership. Here we go with this responsible pet owner. No, you need to be more responsible, ma'am. I'm going to get back to her. What Rihanna Rihanna Gutierrez is the lady's name. Gutierrez. Get back to her in a minute. But I want y'all to look at this. Look at what this says right here. You see this? Look. This chilling episode serves as a stark reminder of the potential dangers that lurk in our everyday lives. Get out of here, nutters. These are potential dangers that you idiots strategically place in society. They act like dogs randomly appear before us. And there's nothing we can do about it. Oh, there's just dogs. They're just here. We can't get rid of them. Listen to this nuttery right here. It underscores the importance of vigilance and responsibility by not bringing these things into society, you idiots. When they talk about responsibility, they're trying to suggest that people be responsible while maintaining a large predator in communities. Make sense out of that. Responsibly own large predators capable of killing them, the owner. One of these things can back down several adults. And you're saying that one person is supposed to responsibly be in control of these things at all times? No, y'all not going to control the narrative when it comes to dog owner, dog culture, period. They will have you messed up in the game out here. Talking about dog attacks as if dogs are humans themselves. And they belong in human society and they shall never be removed. Get out of here, nutters. It's so sick how these people feel like they're so in love. And they act like they're lovers. As if dogs are a group of husbands and wives that they choose from. What is wrong with y'all? We're not dogs. You know what? I'm not a dog. I don't know what y'all are. Y'all might be part dog. Like I said, many of you have come out and confessed that you are part of it. And I'm starting to believe you. Because if you're full of parasites that came from those dogs, you may as well be part dog. You got some of that dog inside of you on a chemical level. But this woman, y'all heard how she was screaming and she had a mental breakdown. She had an emotional breakdown when this dog tried to attack her. Now, I think everybody's seen it. If not, I'm going to go ahead and show it for just briefly for the integrity of this video. And my thing is, ma'am, if you're that afraid of dogs, why did you move into that apartment complex? Right? If you're that afraid of dogs, Why would you move into that apartment complex? Okay, now, in case you haven't seen it, this is the video that I'm talking about. Okay, I guess she got home from work or something, maybe. Got home from work, and you see the dog run past the trash, look like the dumpster area, or run past this car somewhere. Look at this. You see that? Where did it come from? You see that? It's way back here. Look at how far away that dog was. Y'all telling me this territory aggression? That dog ran over here because it saw these people way over here. That's why it started running. These people recently got home and got out the car. You see that? They're getting out this car right here. This is fear. This is what the nutters are telling us now. Their experts are telling us this is fear. The dog is just fearful. It's afraid for its life. Wouldn't you attack if you were afraid for your life? That's the nuttery they hit you with. This is territory aggression? And I'm telling you what set that dog off is that toddler running. Because these things are so bloodthirsty for toddlers and youngsters. As we all know, they're child predators, which is the major reason why dog lovers love them so much. That's a big reason why dog lovers love dogs so much, because dogs love to attack, mutilate, and kill the youngsters. And you know how they hate the young people of the world. Crazy lunatics. That's what it was. And you see the dog charging because it saw that tiny toddler. You sick beasts. Y'all want to praise these things and push them like angels on heaven? Man, you got to be a despicable individual to praise these things in any way. In any way. Now you see they had to take cover behind that car. They got out this small car and they were just going to walk home. But they saw the dog charging them and tried to take cover behind a different car. Didn't feel like they would make it home. You see that? That ain't territory aggression, nutter. That ain't fear, nutter. That's not anxiety, nutter. Nobody pulled that dog's tail or ears, nutters. Let me tell you something. Looking at how far away that dog was when they first spotted it, you being a current mother of 3 and pregnant with another, there's no excuse for you not to have a handgun in your purse. For situations just like this, that's inexcusable, especially if you ain't got no man. Where your husband at? You modern women are goofy with this independent nonsense. I can do it all by myself. You better find you a man from somewhere. If this all you gonna do is sit there and cry, you need help. Now I understand being afraid, but you better be afraid as you're pulling out a gun from your purse protect your family. Now this was a huge dog, as you all could see. It was a bully breed. And this took place in Texas, Dallas, Texas. But what I want y'all to know, I want to talk to this lady who was attacked, this mother who was screaming and crying. Ma'am, you seem, like you're not a dog person. She seems like a person who's kind of afraid of dogs, at least large dogs. Straight up. She doesn't strike me as a dog lover. Now this incident took place at Highland Meadows in Dallas, Texas. This is Highland Meadows where that attack took place. Highland Meadows in Dallas, Texas. All right, looks like a pretty affordable place to live. Like they got a nice pool and whatnot. But when you go looking for an apartment, especially if you're afraid of dogs, don't y'all check this kind of stuff? See where it say fees and policies? Click that. Click that. If you're not a dog person and you're looking for an apartment, do this. Scroll down. You see where it say pets? See, they hide it behind a bunch of clicks. That's why a lot of people, they don't see it. Even if you scroll down, you don't see the pet information because you got to click it first. See that? Dogs allowed. You see how it says restrictions, breed restrictions apply? You know what that means? That means people are allowed to own large bully breeds. And the only thing they might ban is the American Pit Bull Terrier. I'm telling you, that's what that means. Several apartment complexes, they will only have this section. Cats allowed. So no dogs allowed at all in some apartment complexes. There's a number of apartment complexes like that in my area. If you're not a dog person, you might want to check up on this before you move into those apartment complexes. That's the last type of apartment complex I want to live in, where people can bring giant bully breeds. Something to think about. And of course, this dog that launched this attack should have been euthanized as well. I was looking at this article this morning that I thought was ridiculous. And here it is right here. It reminded me of how the police officers, police departments, how much they humanize dogs. They humanize them at a level that's it's mind-blowing. A 17-year-old is said to have kicked a police dog in the face. And they did this article bragging about how they're going to discipline this 17-year-old boy. Now, who knows what the dog did? If you ask me, the dog definitely did something. Definitely did something. Because this is a dog-loving country. You're not going to be anti-dog unless something happens to you. But look at this. Look at what they wrote in this thing. It 17-year-old male who cannot be named for legal reasons was arrested. Okay. Okay. Appearing before court, is convicted of a number of offenses, including burglary and causing unnecessary suffering to a protected animal. Do y'all know how disgraceful it is to refer to dogs as an animal? You know how much more offensive it is to refer to them as a protected animal? The one so-called animal that should be driven into extinction by humans is the most prized and protected animal. That's what it is. You just got to tell me why. I want to know why. What have they done other than terrorize human societies? What have they done other than that? They named this dog Zero. It's a good name for it, because it should be zero. There should be zero of them. These brainless, dumb mutants, you can see the dumbness in their eyes. No frontal lobe, no feeling, no heart, no spirit, no soul. Nothing but gluttony and aggression and saliva. This is so disgusting. This is only a photo. It's not even in the real bright of day, and you can see moisture, saliva all over the thing's face. They basically walk around with saliva all over their face. Their whole muzzle is always covered with saliva. It's always dripping and falling from it. The most hideous, disgusting things on the planet these things are. And they insist on deifying them. We take the welfare of our working animals very seriously, and, as with our officers, none of them deserve to be assaulted in the line of duty. I'm pleased that the court has taken a dim view of this attack. I mean, they're straight up demonizing this boy. I seriously doubt he hurt that dog, and I seriously believe the dog did something. But it just shows how willing they are to blame their own just to protect these things. Even if it has to be a lie, they're willing to lie. Yeah, that's a little too much for me. And this dog right here, I think I reported on this.
She got off of her school bus and started to walk home. Cece's been tracking the story from St. Paul Children's Hospital with more. Good morning, Cece.
Hi, good morning. So this morning, police are saying that the little girl's injuries are significant, but she should be okay. Police are also asking for the public's help. They are asking if you know anything about what happened or where these dogs could be this morning to reach out and call St. Paul Police. Now, getting into what happened, police say this happened just before 5 yesterday. They were called to a yard near Dale Street and Van Buren Avenue for this incident. We're learning the girl had just gotten off the bus and was walking through the neighborhood with her mom when the group of dogs, described as pit bulls, suddenly appeared out of the yards and attacked her. A Good Samaritan came over to scare the dogs away, though. Police say when they finally got to the scene, they found the young girl with multiple dog bites. Now, right now, the incident is still being investigated, and this morning, police are saying that they don't know where the dogs are, but they do believe that they're in that area where the incident happened, and so where kids are going to be getting on the bus in just a matter of hours. Guys.
Okay. The evidence is through the roof at this point. These attacks are never provoked. Let's go ahead and rewrite the books, behaviorists, veterinarians, trainers. Dogs are never provoked. Now, if you disagree with that, the most that you could say is that they're provoked every now and then, once every blue moon. And I would say they're seldom provoked. I've never read a report where an attack was provoked, where someone said, hey, dog was minding its business, so-and-so came over, yanked on its ear, and the dog attacked him. Y'all act like, these people, they act like the general public wouldn't admit that if that's what happened. If a kid did something to a dog and the dog ended up attacking, the general public will tell you if they did something to the dog. You never hear that. You never see that. Never. So it never happens. It essentially never happens. Exception's not the rule. It's well established. None of these attacks are provoked. Now, if that's established, then we got to rewrite everything. Why do they attack? Now you got to rewrite that. No matter where you look, if you try to research why dogs launch attacks, and especially so if you try to research why they attack kids, all they'll talk about is what is done to the dogs. And they'll tell you that the dog will never attack for no reason. Never attack for no reason. Y'all gonna have to change that. Now, this surfaced a few hours ago, like 3 hours ago or something. XL Bully owner, now brace yourself. XL Bully owner tried to stop police from helping a 10-year-old girl who was being mauled by her dog. Let's get her face in the screen here. Let's take a look at what evil looked like. It's a low quality photo. Let's read that again. XL Bully owner tried to stop police from helping a 10-year-old girl who was being mauled by her dog. Understand, this took place in the UK, where only the police have firearms. And that's what she's trying to prevent. She would have rather that dog mauled that 10-year-old to death than for that cop to come in and shoot it. That's what evil looked like right there. Just like that man who's being mauled outside, when the cops pulled up, the owner walked across the street. Like literally, the owner was across the street watching her dogs maul some man. 3 dogs. And only after the cops pulled up did she walk across the street and try to stop the dogs from attacking this man. And you saw the same thing happen here. Well, like, see, the nutters, they expect you to just take it. They figure, oh, you can take it. Don't shoot the dog. Let it stay clamped onto the victim. They can take it. They're not going to die. And just try to pry the dog's jaws open. No matter how long it takes, they want you to just keep trying. Now, what happens is eventually the victim goes limp. They die. They bleed out. And only when that happens do these nutters go for the gun. Y'all remember this happened in another case where they said the dog clamped down on the little one. And they said by the time they reached for the knife, the victim was already deceased. That's because they just allowed it to go on and on. And I pointed this out back when I shared that story. They allowed it to go on and on and on. Because there's a rule. Don't hurt the dog. Don't kill the dog. If there's a victim being attacked, let them be attacked. Danielle Roberts, and she was only sentenced to 20 months in prison. She was sentenced to 20 months in prison. She got no time for that. None. Shows you what the law in these different countries thinks about their own youth. And really, that reveals how savage and primitive at least our laws are right now. What will possess you? What will possess you? Envision that you're a dog owner for a moment. Your dog clamps down on your neighbor's 10-year-old little girl. Could you imagine that scene? There's blood everywhere. Screaming. Would you have it in you to tell the cops, don't shoot? Like, what state of mind do you have to be in to take it there? Don't shoot. Nothing's happening here. Look away. Don't shoot. Nothing would cause her to shoot. Like, if you don't want to shoot right now, what more does it take? And you can tell, you know what's crazy about that? You can tell that even if it was her own daughter, she would have told him not to shoot. Tried to stop police from entering a house to help a 10-year-old who was being mauled by her dog. Just in case anybody thought I was making this up. Danielle Roberts, 20 months in prison. Unbelievable. Attempted to prevent police entry. Can you imagine that scene? Most people would be like, hurry, hurry. Oh, fire. There's the cop. Hurry, hurry, hurry. She's still alive. We still have time. Hurry. No, this woman said, stop. Don't go in there. Oh, wow. All right, dog lovers. Y'all continue to amaze. If nobody's paying attention to you, we are over here. Shout out to everybody. It is Friday, and we are going to get the weekend popping. I will be back tonight or early in the morning, and I hope you all are able to join me as we continue with this crusade.